Well, we are back. It is March. It is National Quilting Month, which means it's time for another quilt. And so with this one, this is actually going to be a charity quilt that I am donating to my mom's neighbor. She asked if I would be interested in donating to their PTA, PTC, I can't remember what the acronyms are these days, but their annual raffle. She asked me if I would make a quilt, if that would be something up my alley, and I said, sure, why not? It'll give me a new project to do, something new to try out, and have a little fun with it. Because this is for an elementary school, I kind of thought about some different themes, what would work good, and with the area that my parents are in, they are very FFA, like ag and stuff like that, sports and music. And so I decided, after asking my friends with kids in that community and friends that work with kids in that community what they thought would go over well, we went with a sports theme. So let me show you my fabric pull and my pattern I'm going to be doing, and then we're just going to go ahead and get to work because this is going to be a quick project, and I'm excited to get it done. So when I went with the sports theme, I went over to Green Fairy Quilts and checked out their pre-cuts, and I got the All-Star pre-cut, the 10-inch layer cake from Moda. So this is the All-Star, and it's all sports themed. So it's not specific to any one team color. It's got your typical primary colors in there, play ball, and it's got all the different sports in there. So I think this is going to be a fun one to do as a layer cake quilt. So with that, I went and looked at some patterns. I had some ideas of ones that I already had, and then I decided, I was like, you know what, I'll try and see what's out there. So I looked at some Villa Rosa patterns, and I found this one. Let me see if I can get this glare off of here. So I'm going with this Vienna one, and that's all it is. It's a layer cake and some binding. And so what I'm going to have to do is make 3 cuts in my layer cake, a vertical one and 2 horizontal ones, mix it all up, put them back together, and then we'll have our blocks. So I'm going to go get this all opened up and separated out by color. So I'm going to have like I'm going to have some blues, some medium blues, some reds, some yellows, and some whites. And then I'm going to do all my cuts, make all my different piles, and then we'll be sewing blocks together. So I have a feeling that this is going to come together pretty quickly. And the finished quilt for this Vienna one is 51 by 60. So it's a good lap size. I'll be able to get a 60 wide minky for the backing when that time comes. And I think it's going to go pretty well because this is a pretty good size print. And it seems like the pieces still say pretty good size. So I'm going to go open this up and we'll get to cutting. So now I've got these all ironed out, and I'm going to have to trim them up because this piece is still the layer cake and this is shorter than what the layer cake was. So we're going to have to trim those up and then get them on the design wall, which means that someone's fort is going to have to come down. I know, you're so cute, but I got to use my design wall, Trixie. See you soon. Well, after a few days of work, our Vienna quilt top is all complete, and I love how this came together. There were definitely a lot more of certain color prints than I thought there were going to be. Like, I was expecting there to be a little bit more yellow within the quilt, but there was only that one fabric print, so there was only like 2 squares of that yellow. So I kind of spread it out the best I could and went from there. So I think this came together as a good, quick quilt top project. I think it's great for this raffle, and now we've just got to get it ready to quilt. So I'm going to give you an up close look of the finished quilt, and then we'll be back real soon to quilt it, bind it, and then send it on its way to be a good prize for this elementary school auction.